Don't you know sometimes that very call? Have you ever felt like that very call that's coming through that you need to isolate from? That very call that's coming through, you need to decline. Have you ever felt like, here we go again, repeat after repeat, they're calling again, they're texting again, they're coming by, attempting to come by, unannounced? People would try to entice you to think this time is going to be different. When you already have an outlook, you've already discerned on what's to come. Have you ever felt like, okay, this is the day I just need to be alone. This is the day I need to isolate this very moment. Because before you know it, you're meeting that same person that always wants to come along, bog you down with their life choices, what did not work out, what coulda, shoulda, woulda, their financial, and that's another thing too. It's not even always about, I don't have enough money for this. That's another conversation. Sometimes people is talking about life choices that they made as to why they don't have the money. Or if they did have the money, this is what they would be doing with the money, which does not make any sense, because I feel like we are now in a culture of hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, try to get to the bag, try to get to the bag. People's thoughts, people's choices can really impede you, slow you down. Before you know it, their thoughts can become your thoughts. Their choices can become your choices. Depending on the company that you keep, sometimes I have felt like I just want to be alone. I just want to be alone. I don't want to be around nobody. I don't want the phone to ring. I don't want nobody to text me, because it's going to be some small talk, something that's not going to be of value, something that's not going to be of help. If you don't take the time out to decide what is best for you at that very moment, things will continue to progress. You'll look up and you're like, wait a minute. This person, these people are still discussing the same thing from 10, 15 years ago. Every time they come around. Then you're meeting other ones on that same level. It has to make you wonder sometimes, why am I attracting people of this nature? You have to be the change to make the change. You have to be the one to hold yourself accountable. Life is about choices. Can we just fully isolate from people? No. That's why we have choices. Can we decide in a split second what is best for us? Can we already have it planned out? This is how I'm going to respond. Sometimes people have to plan out even their responses, how they're going to deal with these particular people. I know, you go to work, you take care of your business, but guess what? You're only there for those hours. Don't even let your job dictate how or feel like you have to be so in the in crowd. That's where things get twisted up too. It's okay to be pleasant. It's okay to be kind. It's okay to be respectful. And it's also okay for people to respect your boundaries, your space, your thoughts moving forward. It's nice to say, hey, I'll work that shift for you. It's nice to say, I can't work that shift for you if you honestly can't. It's okay to have a balance, a give and take throughout life. Sometimes we worry about, how will this person feel if I don't show up? Well, how are they going to feel if you do show up and you really don't want to be there? And that's the moment where you might say something that you may not want to say. It is okay Because sometimes you honestly do have to say, you know what, this is not the day. This is not the time. You got to take that time out for yourself to get yourself rebalanced. Get yourself back together to who you once was or who you are in the process of becoming, to add on to expand. No one should want to remain stuck doing the same old, having the same feelings when certain ones come around that we allow sometimes into our lives, when it's the same old broken record again. People will intentionally come into your lives to defeat situations. Defeat situations meaning you may have something going on that you're really excited about, and then you realize, gosh, every time this person comes along, they get so silent when you have something good to say. They get so silent when you have something good to say. It's so difficult for people to say, congratulations on that promotion. Congratulations on that new house. Congratulations that you decided to rededicate your life to Christ. To have something good to say. Oh, you got a new puppy. That is so nice. Just get stiff. If they notice that you have a new necklace on, or a necklace that you have been wearing, and they never can open their mouth. People are just so absorbed sometimes with themselves. But let them get the new car. Let them just come home from the pen. Let them graduate, get a new promotion, graduate, have another initial added to their, can't wait for you to respond. They're throwing a party, they're all excited, want you to come. You mentioning what you might wear to the party, and they're like, well, don't outdo me. See, people like that, we got to pick and choose who's healthy to be in our space. Because you see yourself of value, other people may not see you like that. And because of that wear and tear of people's energy, their spirit, what they bring to the table can sometimes rub off on you if you're not careful. If that takes a hold to get a hold of you, don't you know you can transpire that energy onto the ones you care about, the ones that matter to you, the ones that you are around, because you're picking up on that energy like, well, they said this and they felt like this, and you're running it through your mind. Before you know it, it's like you talking about it with your other half. You discussing it with your grown adult children, or some kind of way it's coming out to the ones that's not even adults yet. Some type of way, that conversation, and that breeds negativity. It's got to be canceled out. It's got to be replaced with something positive to move forward. And sometimes those are the people that have to be cut off. I'm not saying to have a life where you got to cut this one off, that, but you got to pick and choose what you're going to allow to come into your life and what effect has these conversations had. Because otherwise people are just going to keep discussing and think nothing of it. You're giving them chance after chance. A year turned into 2 years. 2 years turned into 3 years. Time is of the essence. Life is so precious. These are moments that we cannot get back. But when people develop that muscle memory around you, they will become more comfortable to say, to do whatever it is that's in their hearts. Unless a person has a clear mind to, a serious come to Jesus moment for the change, they will continue. Keep people in prayer. Keep yourself in prayer. Look out for self. Because it comes a time where you're just like, I just can't do it anymore. But yet you press your way on anyhow to make a way. Sometimes you just don't want to be around people, and you have to take that time for yourself to do what's best for you in that very moment. And don't you know, sometimes people don't want to be around you. Sometimes, but they feel like, oh, well, let me just go ahead on through with it. It's such a strain. People will show you who they are. That's what I'm saying. If you value yourself, and you can feel like every time y'all get together, every time that phone ring, every time that text come through, every time they have a bright idea, and it just isn't quite flowing, it's some discord there, it's more to it. Changes have to be decided upon. And if that is the case, they come on. Well, I just decided to, might as well ask you. It was nobody else to ask. People be telling people straight up how they feel too. It was nobody else. So I was trying to see if you
got some kick.
see if we want to do what? We good. And watch how they respond.